Hello everyone, my name is Anthony Shivkumar, and in today's video I am going to try to configure the GD3000 with the KV11 board. So let's go to the website over here. So the Freedom Expansion GD3000 BLDC motor PreDriver board, and as you scroll down into this, under the software section, there is the embedded software 3-phase brushless DC motor driver for driver. So let's download this. I've already downloaded it, but I can re-download it. Click downloads, download, and we can sign in. Block, sign in. I accept. And it's downloading. So let's see what we're actually downloading. So I'm just going to go back and go to the page where we downloaded this application here. So this is the embedded software 3-phase brushless motor PreDriver software. So this will give you writing and reading SPI registers, dead time insertion and fault protections. Analog middle layer is utilized. The KDS 2.0 and the S32 SDK1 are supported. So this is the Kinetis software development kit. And the example studios is for both the KDS and the S32. So I have already downloaded the KDS Kinetic Design Studio, and I have also just now downloaded the GD3000 full files. So let's go and click show in folder. I'm going to so what I have over here, I'm just going to go into my data sheets, NXP Freedom GD3000, and in here I'm going to paste the software, and in here I'm going to extract the folder. Perfect. So the TPP is the 3-phase, I think it's called 3-phase motor driver. So we're extracting the files onto my hard drive. Okay, so this is the software development kit. Let's go in here. So they have the S32 Design Studio. This is for the S32K144. I don't have this development board as of now, so we won't be using this. Let's go to the KDS examples as the Kinetis Design Studio, and I'm going to be using the. So I don't have the tower module. I have the Freedom module. So this is the BLDC control. So, and I have the KV31F. So let's open this. So this is the example folder for the 3-phase brushless motor PreDriver. So let's follow the instructions in here and let's get started. So the purpose of the example project is to demonstrate how to use a 3-phase PreDriver for a simple control of a brushless DC motor by changing its speed and direction using the Freedom KV31 onboard buttons. So the following is required: the Freedom KV31, GV3000, the Freedom power stage, a BLDC motor, an external power source, and a USB micro cable. So let's see whether I have all of that. So this is the KV31 development board. This is the power stage board, and I've already sandwiched the GD3000 in here. So this is the GD3000 board. I have a power source. This is a 7.4 volt. They say we need to have an 8 volt. I do have a power source, but let's see if a 7.4 volt LiPo battery can work. I have the connectors, and I also have the USB micro SD drive. So it seems that I have all the necessary hardware to get this started. So the target platform for this example is the Freedom KV31 MCU board, supported by the SDK 2.x, can be found on a roadmap. Okay. So in figure, you can see the hardware connection and configuration of all used boards. Description of hardware connection is in table 1. Jumper configuration shown in figure 1. Does not use the GD3000 charge pump. Okay. Note, the charge pump is recommended when minimum system voltage could be less than 15 volts. Well, it is less than 15 volts, but let's see whether we should use. So it says we're not using the charge pump. So what I will do, so here it says that it's not connected. So in my thing over here, you can see that. So in here, the charge pump too, I've left this exactly as it is. So the pump in 1 is left unconnected. So what I'm going to do is now just mount this onto the KV31. All right, so I have the board now sandwiched. The KV31, the GD3000 EVB, and the power stage board. Perfect. I can plug the oh, you need a micro USB. Okay, let me see whether I have the micro USB. Okay, so the light over here is come on. And as soon as I connect in, it says the Freedom KV31 is connected. So that's all good. Now let's try to compile the software. Jumper switching off the charge pump, USB micro, DC power supply on, BLDC motor connection, jumpers for PX high side, PWM signal selection. Make sure that you have installed the KDS33.2 or newer. So let me go in here and let's click help. This is acting a little slow. I might have to task manager. I'll have to close it and reopen it. So let's continue with the description. The purpose of the example project is to demonstrate how to use a 3-phase PreDriver. So here it is. So I'm going to switch workspace for now. I'm going to go and go to where is it? This PC, Windows, data sheet, NXP, and Freedom board, and here. So the project uses the following peripheral: SPI chip selected, EN2, Freedom KV31 buttons, high side for generates PWM signal, used to spin the motor to change the communication phase. So as I sandwich it all together, it should automatically connect everything. So here we have the Freedom. So I can just click tab of Kinetis Studio, and we are 3.2, exactly the version that they asked us to, that will work over here. So this is the older thing. I don't think they support this anymore, but for this particular thing, we are using this software. In order to control the brushless DC motor, a simple 3-phase motor controller which utilizes the TPP drivers implemented. Okay, so we have it is necessary to set a number of poles of motor you want to spin. Also, speed and acceleration value depends on specific motor. Predefined values will not work with all BLDC motors well. Okay. So in KDS, click on File Import. So I'm just going to go in here. I'm just going to click File, Import, and choose General Existing Projects into Workspace. General Existing Projects into Workspace. And click Browse to select root directory where you download example projects. So we're going to use the TPP Freedom KV31 BLDC controls. So I'm just going to go to Browse. And shift, let's go to TPP SDK. Let's go to the KDS example, and let's go to the Freedom TPP KV31. So this is what they're telling us to use. TPP Freedom KV31 BLDC motor. I'm just going to click OK. Now the example should be in your workspace, and then we just click Finish. Yep, and here the example is in my workspace. Perfect. Make sure the language standard is correct. Select property tool chains default should be selected in properties window as depicted. So click Project Properties. You can just click on this, click Project Properties, and under Properties, Toolchain Default, CC++ Build, Toolchain, C++ Build, Toolchain Editor, and the default is should be set in properties when that's depicted in figure 2. Okay, let's go to figure 2. Okay, settings, optimization. Okay, so we go to settings, and optimization. Toolchain default is GNU ISO. That's perfect. Okay, so the number of poles in here, so I'll have to basically change some of these settings. So it is necessary to set the number of poles of the motor you want to spin. Okay, so I'm just going to click OK. Let's go to startup, source, main.c, startup torque, speeds and RPM, dead time, device configuration set by mode. You contain. So let's go to the main.c. So we've got acceleration and RPM, deacceleration, speed 1, speed 2, minimum speed, alignment period, pole pair. Okay, so number of pole pair of the rotor. Let me see if I can count. So here it says there are 8 poles. I think mine would have a little more than 8 poles. So wow, it's going to be real tricky to count. I'm just going to make this brighter, and then I'm just going to put a marker right around here so that I know exactly what I'm counting. And then let's see. So that's 1, that's 2, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. So these 12 divided by 3, there is 4. 4 pairs will be, let me just count again. Oh, this is going to be tough. 1, 2. So there might be 1, 2, 4. Let me see if I can Google it. Let me see if I can find out. This is not mine. Might be similar to this. Yeah, mine is similar to this. Let's see how many pole pairs, number of cells, 2s, thrust, 30 amp recommended. Doesn't mention the pole pairs. Okay, number of port pairs in grown BLDC. Well, how many are there? I'm just going to go with the default setting for now. 8, maybe 16 might be there. I think it's enough. So let's try to build this. Perfect. So we've got the X, we've got the ELF file, and this is currently will be in, yes, it'll be in debug. So we have the ELF file. We can even do the release mode. So I can compile even if for release. Perfect. So under the release folder, this also should be completed, and we've got the ELF file over here. And now let's try to basically download the files. So let's go to debug as. I'm going to do this to the McuXpresso. It seems to work better for me through the McuXpresso. You shouldn't be doing this step, but it's somehow, you know, just works for me. So I'm going to download it onto the target using the McuXpresso. So what I'm going to do is So I'm just going to wait for McuXpresso to open, and in the meanwhile I can point it to this particular folder. Okay. It's perfect. So I have over here the McuXpresso. All I got to do is, you know, click on this. And I have the board over here. And I will try to basically, so you can see the green light in here. So you'll see if the thing downloads, and then Okay. So, should be able. So in the download, so we can do what we want. So yeah, here we have building the project, should be there. Yeah, okay, perfect. So we have here the SD thing. So I'm going to select this. And in the workspace, I am going to select it from the file system. So in the file system, it's going to be in the, let me browse to my directory. It's going to go to Anshiv, data sheets, NXP, Freedom GD3000, 3-phase PreDriver, KDS examples, 3-phase BLDC, release. Let's do this as anything, and here we have the ELF file. Okay, so let's try to, I'll try to put the thing like this so that we can see kind of whether it's going to flash. And I'm just going to click open, and it'll be checking program, and let's click run. No probe found. What happened? That didn't make sense. So let me try again. Okay. And then click Freedom KL31, erase blank check program and verify. Click run. Executing flash. Perfect. So it says everything is now successfully downloaded. Perfect. All right, now moment of truth. Let's see if it works. So I am going to connect the battery, and let's see. So I'm going to reset the thing. So one thing, if you see over here, I can increase the speed by pressing the two buttons in here. So we'll see if this works. I am going to now connect this, so the red goes into the positive. I'm just going to see if okay, so it doesn't turn on. Let me remove the voltmeter to see if there is voltage across. the motor. So yeah, this will be, I'm just gonna, so this will be the voltmeter. And wouldn't want to disturb anything, so this is going to be positive and this is going to be negative. And I'm going to basically put here, so rather, so this is going to be positive and this is going to be negative. So this is 7.6162 volts. Okay, so if it's not 7.62, then, so it does say in here that it needs to be 8 volts. So what I'll do is I'll try, I mean, yesterday it worked with the KL25. But it should be according to BLDC motor specification. Now the charge pump is recommended when minimum system voltage could be less than 14 volts. Jumper configuration shows infrequent does not use. I could enable the charge pump and see if that makes a difference. So I'm going to disconnect everything. So let's see if I basically I've removed this. I'm going to DC to V power the pump. I can try and see if this works, because now my voltage is definitely less than . Let me try this again. It is still not turning on, but if I put here, then the power is coming on. So let me see if there's any jumper that I would need to configure for. It might be a jumper on the KV31. Okay. Jumper switching of the charge pump, jumper for PS high 6, USB micro, uses, okay. I would need to go to the in order to control the BC motor. So is any jumper that I need? There's one thing that I could do is in here, I believe it was in this one. Here you can. So yeah, this is where it gets tricky, right? Like 7.4 volts charge pump, it's not turning on. Without charge pump, it's turning on. And then eventually I try to, see what's going on. And then eventually it, blows up because I've applied too much voltage, or this, it's a very fine threshold. And that's what annoys me a little bit about this product. But anyways, we'll try to figure it out. That's the reason why I'm recording this, so that the manufacturers can see what I'm doing if I'm doing anything wrong. So in here, so this is what, so I'm using the KV31, and in here they have something, so compatibility. So the Freedom KV31F is what I'm using. Control C, Control V, Control F, and let's see what we have here. Okay, provides information. What I'm properly. Okay. So these are all the pins. Freedom KV31. I'm just gonna press this again. Okay. Yeah, so this is inconclusive a little bit, because what I'll do is I will remove this. Let me try to remove this KV31. And see what this jumper is actually. So there is one jumper over here. I want to know what this jumper does. So I'm just going to go to the KV31. Actually, that was in here actually. Let's go here. Let's see what they have in here. Three-phase PSMC, BLDC control reference. Let's look at this one. Kinesis SDK. Sign-in required. Okay, so tuning the permanent magnet, field oriented kinetis, getting started. This is another one that we could try. Getting started with the kinetis, BLDC motor control, reference solution package. I think I could do this. Let's see what this one is. Development platform. Let's look at the motor control. BLDC motor control reference solution package. All right, so it's downloading. Okay. We can look at this one and see what's happening in here. Okay. I just want to know what this jumper is. Okay. All right. So, what is this one? Reset jumper J251 to 2. Reset jumper. Okay. Yeah, we could do that. Reset, plug, move the box. It doesn't say we gotta move any jumper. Like, yeah, what does this jumper do? So let's BLDC motor control reference, supported device. Okay, hardware setup, links, number of port pair is 2, tower system, tower. This is now what we're looking at. Okay, yeah, Freedom KV31 board. Not requiring hardware control jumper setting. It contains no jumpers. Yes, it does. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't look like I gotta change anything. So I'm gonna put this back right now and try again and see what's wrong. So I'm gonna put this jumpers back to where it was. I'm going to put this back to where it kind of should be. All right. This in here. Right, yes, I've connected the battery. If I put, plus and minus, there is 7.61 volts across this, and yet nothing is turning on. I can put this in here. So now when I connect the USB, it works, but the VLS power is still not on the GD3000. So the GD3000 is not getting the right powers. So maybe if I reset it, so there won't be any communication with the GD3000 if there's no power to it. So and KV31 is still working. So maybe, so this is one thing. So in here we have the brushless DC motor control. We also have the 3-phase power configuration. So I'm just going to import this and see what this particular thing does. So this is the BLDC. I'm going to click import. Existing projects, next. I'm going to go to browse and shift. Same thing, instead of BLDC, let's go to the test 3-phase configuration thing and let's see if this works. Let's click finish. We have this, we have the source. I'm just going to build this in release. I don't know what the difference is. Okay, and now I'm going to download it onto the so we have this. I'm gonna click this in here. We'll see if it works, and I'm just gonna click run. Okay. I can disconnect and add the power again. So yeah, it's not particularly working. To see if it worked with the KL25, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect this, and we're going to try it with the KL25 to show you that the KL25 was able to read information from here. So here I have the KL25. I'm going to insert this back. To show that, you know, there's not, so far I don't think I've blown up anything. Well, this wire has come off. I already measured the voltage, so it wasn't a loose connection, at least when I was testing it. Okay, let me you put this in here. It's going to leave this a little loose. That's fine for now. Just want to make sure that the KL25 can read this. So if I put this in here, I'm going to open SPI Gen. So the SPI Gen says disconnected. Okay, so it's not. Right, so the TL25 we have over here. I am just going to go in here, Freedom GD3000, src. Just gonna drag and drop it in here. And let me go to the SPI gen, and let me disconnect. Then let me, the dongle is connected. So now the dongle is connected. That means it's working. I don't know whether if I go to GD3000 registers and click read, not too sure if it's actually reading or not. It might be reading. Okay, so I'm just going to not perfect, but see, now the GD3000 light is on. So if I just show it to you in here, you can see that the GD3000 light is on in here. I can turn this off a little bit. You can see the middle board that there's a light on. So clearly, so if I turn this into yes, okay, so got it. So enable no. Yes, so the reset must be in yes. The reset is in no. Okay, so enable no, enable yes. NIT read, read, read. So I'm just going to basically put this in here, turn this on, and yeah, you can see that it's reading right now. I can read it completely. Framing error, zero detection set, framing error. Full on mode, zero dead time set, everything is set. Okay, so if I go in here, click batch command, and just click send once. Yeah, and if I just click the reset to high, reset to low. Okay, reset to low, reset speed to high. And yeah, okay. So only in the GD3000 mode, if I click reset, Okay, so one of the things I might have to do is constantly test this out, and yeah, if I like disconnect this and then click, yeah, so that means there's no power. Yeah, so when I send this power on, then it does work. Okay, so yeah, the KL25 works fine. I just need to make sure that the KV31 works fine. And so the KV31 is now connected, and not too sure. So I'll have to make sure that when I go to the main over here, sorry, not this one, I need to go to this one, click on main. When we go to the init, open declaration, all the pins are selected. I need to debug console, ENI, GD3000 PreDriver, enable. This will reset. Let me try downloading the firmware again. I'm just going to go here. I'm just going to click OK. Let's click File System, BLDC control. Let's go to the test point configuration, release. Let's go to ELF, click open, and let's click run. All right, so it says it's completed, and oh, okay. So now it's on. I can see it on. Perfect. So the test configuration is running because now I can see the power in the GD3000 working. It's now on. So the middle light is green. You can see the reflection over here. Okay, so now let me try to and this loose connection is a little annoying, but should be a little bigger. KV31 is on. Freedom is now on. What I could do is change the phase to see if that works. So one of the things that they recommend is just change some of the wiring. Alright, anyways, I don't know what's happening. This is something that I'll be debugging a lot more on. Alright, it's almost 1 hour of this video. I will continue to debug, and until next time, thank you.